everybody knows I'm a Jared Goff guy. Everybody calls me a line slappy around here, and I'll gladly wear that, and I'll own it because you know what? Damn it, I rooted for them when they were winless, and I'm going to root for them when they're winning, and I'm not going to fall off that bandwagon either way. But Cam Newton calls Jared Goff a game manager, and I'm a Jared Goff guy. A lot of people think that I probably go over the top with my love for Jared Goff, but I agree with this statement, and I'm okay with this statement. Because Jared Goff is a game manager, and I don't know why there's anything wrong with that.
I got the video if you guys want to hear it.
I do want to hear it.
Give me 1 second to click a
Do
button.
you got the video?
There we go.
There we go.
And Lamar Jackson, obviously Patrick Mahomes, Dak Prescott, Brock Purdy,
Brock
but
Purdy.
Brock, they're not winning because of him.
He's not turning the ball over.
He's managing the game. And if we were to put that in its own right as game managers, Brock Purdy, Tua Tagovailoa, Jared Goff, and really Dak Prescott. These are game managers. They're not difference makers.
And when you say game manager, I'm not asking you to go out and win the game. I'm just asking you not to lose.
Not to lose the game. Listen, motherfucker, I don't give a damn what you do. You don't have to score every time. You just don't have to throw a pick every time either. If we're going to really call a spade, a game manager is different than a game changer.
It doesn't have a lot to do with the talent around you. Because who do you want to see? Because I like Jared Goff. When he is the ultimate game manager, we win games.
That's what I'm saying.
He doesn't turn the ball
this
over.
isn't a knock.
He spreads it around to where it needs to be, to whatever his playmakers. You have two rookies that set an NFL record with your running back and your tight end, Laporta and Gibbs, 600 yards, from scrimmage that hasn't been done before. So, yes, he has to be a game manager. And I think what Cam Newton just said there, were any of the quarterbacks, because he can't come back from turning the ball over, right? A Patrick Mahomes, a Lamar Jackson, more so what he's talking about is the natural ability to make a play to win a game with their legs, more or less. Right? Like, that's it. All these other guys, you're not going to look at Brock Purdy and make it with his legs, even Dak Prescott. But what's Dak Prescott done too, which I agree. He's managed the game. Look at the way he's used, CeeDee Lamb, to the way he's used Pollard, to the way Ferguson has exploded into their Jason Witten tight end. I have no problem with it.
Well, and also look at the QBs that he listed. I mean, I think we all agree. Those are all pretty damn good QBs. I think you'd be more concerned if Jared Goff's name didn't come out of his mouth in that elite group of QBs that he mentioned. That's where I'd be like, oh, man, he didn't even mention Goff. Like, he's not even thought of. But it just shows that Goff is thought of in the elite category with the Dak Prescotts, who everybody will tell me is elite, and that's fine. So I don't mind him speaking out like that. But, yeah, the way I look at this is billionaires and millionaires, right? Like, he named the billionaires, the Patrick Mahomes, the Lamar Jackson, the guys that got it all, can do whatever the F they want. And then you got millionaires who are still pretty fucking successful people, still have pretty good lives, and are still winning. Jared Goff's a millionaire. He's not the billionaire. I'm not going to tell you he's a top 2, top 3 guy, but millionaires get the job done time and time again.
Yeah, no, they definitely can. And we've proven it. And when you go back to what do we? Here's the problem, because when you say, a system quarterback or a guy who to not turn, who do we think of? Who's the number one guy you think of? Trent Dilfer.
Oh, yeah.
Trent Dilfer won a
Tom
Super
Brady
Bowl with
was.
Baltimore. Jared Goff is head and shoulders a billionaire compared to Trent Dilfer if he's a millionaire.
Well, that's the
so
thing.
if you don't think you can win with the game manager or whatever, he's definitely more elite. The number one thing is take care of the ball. That's it. Don't turn over the ball, and you're going to win games.
And there's nothing wrong with that. And
You may have to win the turnover battle against teams that are better than you, the San Frans, the Phillies.
And that's why I get you see the correlation between fans that don't care about winning so much, and like it just doesn't make sense to me, because when you're successful like the Lions have been this year at 9-4, you see fans more stressed out about their situation than when they were 4-9. Like I feel like Lions fans have been more comfortable living in the cellar that when they're 9-4.
Yeah, because they're used to it.
And then when you got a guy like Jared Goff, that you're right, he's not the all-world MVP guy, but you know what he is? He's the ingredient that needs to happen and the part that fits this puzzle the best.
Right, so we saw with the more talented gunslinger guy that would be considered the billionaire, Matt Stafford, did it work with what was around him here to the
he didn't get it done.
Team's success?
He didn't get it done.
The team's success, no. There's two different things. Are you looking for the personal highlight reel success, or are you looking to just win games? Jared Goff provides you the ability to win games.
And that's
with what is
and
around
why do
him.
we play the game, D-Mac? Hello?
You play to win the game.
So how you feeling about this, Spenny? Because you are a known Goff hater.
No, he's right. He's right. I mean, Goff isn't a playmaker. Goff isn't a guy that you're going to win because of, but he's a guy that you'll win with. Like, I've said that before. But I think when you get to the playoffs and it gets down into a fucking, everything comes down, everything gets tighter and tighter and tighter, it's harder to win with a guy like Goff compared to a playmaker. But yeah, he's right. I mean, he's not wrong. Tua is also a game manager. We saw him play a half of football without Tyreek Hill in their last game, and he looked lost. So I agree with Cam for sure.
How you feeling about this new guy?
I'm the same as y'all, man. It's not a derogatory term. I mean, there are tiers to game managers, because you have your lower tier like your Mark Sanchez's of the world, but you also, Goff is a higher tier. He's been to a Super Bowl, and yes, he was insulated. We all know this, but he did enough to get him there. And the quarterback is the most important position on the field. And to be real, he's won a lot of games for the Lions these past couple years. So I mean, you got to just put respect on him, man. But it's not a bad thing to be a game manager.
Yeah, I don't know why people think that's an insult. I really don't.
And if you are a game manager, which we can agree when you're naming guys, the situations around you have to benefit you, right?
How do you think Cam Newton qualified himself?
Look at the guys that he mentioned. Like you got to be protected. Your guys got to make plays, but you just got to take care of the football.
Would you rather have a Cam Newton or a Jared Goff?
Prime Cam Newton?
Yeah.
Prime Cam Newton.
Yeah, prime
sure.
was
Prime MVP Cam
So where
Newton,
do you
because
think,
he's brought the dude. Because here's the one thing that we don't have.
He did the same thing Goff did. He got to a Super Bowl and lost.
Yeah, that's fair. But you look at the pieces that he had around him. His two wide receivers were Ted Ginn Jr. and Kelvin Benjamin.
Right.
So
Elite.
Here's the whole thing. When
They had a
everything
solid
breaks
running
down,
offense, though.
Yeah,
They never protected him either. That O-line he had
Yeah.
with the Panthers was bad for a lot. He took a lot of unnecessary shots.
Here's what you don't have, and you don't have with a game manager, is when it breaks down and it's up to them to make a play, they're gonna get run down. They're gonna where those elites, those Mahomes, are gonna find a way to make a play. Lamar Jackson with either with the legs or buy themselves time and get the ball out with his arm. Like what I like Jared Goff, what he does, a lot of times is doesn't make the bad. Like I don't mind him. The play's called and it's broke down, and then he'll just, throw it away, move on to the next play, not try to do too much. But he's got it. The minute that we're behind in the turnover, either that he puts one on the ground with his little hands or that he throws one to the defense, it's almost like a double. We're behind,
Man,
two
why
turnovers.
do this to our quarterback?
He's got baby Whopper.
Because he's got to hang
can't
on to
hold
the
a
ball.
Whopper, man.
He should be so praised in this city right now, and the fact that he's getting so clowned is it's so bizarre to me.
He's got baby Whopper Jr. hands.
He's
Dude,
had a rough
quarterbacks
stretch
and
of football,
goaltenders,
though.
You know it.
He's had a rough 4 games. He's had a great 25.
That's a month, though. 4 weeks is a month, and that's
Yeah.
not good in the grand scheme.
20 games is over a season, though.
I get it. I get it. He's not all of the Lions' problems, but his play has to improve if we want to achieve anything.
1,000,000%, but so many facets need to improve too.
That's
the
true, too.
offensive line needs to improve.
Two things can be
Stop
true.
it with that. The first guy this guy could potentially clinch the division in the next 2 weeks, and we're clowning him and we're treating him like he's trash.
I'm not saying this is true or not, but Rake brings up a good point. We're gonna have to do a hand size between between Goff and my grandson Ryder. Which is born last night. We're gonna do a hand. We're gonna measure it up. I think Goff might have him, but I think Ryder's got Daniel
It'll be
Jones.
close.
He's
It'll be
got
close.
Danny Jones for sure.
That's fair.
No, you're right. But again, being the leader and being the quarterback, that the spotlight's gonna come back to you. Because here's the thing: if Goff played better in these 4 games, didn't have the turnovers, and
We
which
wouldn't
is
be saying
consistent
anything.
Goff, you right. Other than everybody else, you got to think you would have won 1 or 2 of these games. That's why I'm saying he's more impactful part of this team. And you're right, Stick. You're right. He should be. At 9-4, he should have more flowers than he does. But you're in Detroit, and it's goaltenders and quarterbacks.
I get it, but he's done something nobody's ever done in 60 years, right? Took us to 9-3, and people in the chat are still jerking off Stafford. It makes no sense to me. Spenny, what are you laughing about over there?
No, nothing.
And I'm all the way
come
stoked.
on.
Oh, it's something.
I can't.
You can.
I literally can't.
You have to.
And this is the time to be stoked, not scared, boys. Like right now. And if this was our lull, like every other good team in the league for these last 4 games, now it's a perfect time to come out of it.
Yeah. Above average game manager. And there's no problem with that because everybody has game managers. The whole league is filled with. That's why the elite are the elite and they're so hard to get. A lot of teams have game managers. We just happen to have a higher end one.
We have an elite game manager. Spenny, what the hell are you laughing about over there?
I can't tell
Can you at least put the camera on yourself so everybody can see your jolly smile and red cheek?